we can do all. We just got to, yeah, 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 yeah. I know we can do all. Sure we can do all.
It's Saturday the 2nd of September and as you can tell from the sun on my face and the lovely squinting look that I'm giving you, it's bright sunshine, it's very still, very little breeze, and it's very lovely. And I've been really busy today. I've been doing lots of sorting out and tidying up in the kitchen because after all this harvesting, the kitchen's a little bit like a bomb site, and I haven't done all the kind of usual tidying up stuff that I do in there because the kitchen's the room that we live in, really. So I've been doing lots of that this morning. I've managed to pick a few blackberries. That was really nice wandering around the field early doors this morning, early morning, and it was very quiet and very still and lots of cobwebs, but no wasps. That was good. The bed that had the dwarf Borlotti beans in it at the far end there, and this end had some of the tomatoes, which, oh bless them, got blight. I had left the beans, I cut them from their roots and I left the greenery on the floor and then put homemade compost over them at that end, and at this end I've put in a bag of shop bought compost just because I'm running out of homemade compost already, and then that's a layer of straw from the duck house, and I'm just placing the pots of raspberries, and these are the ones that I haven't yet planted into the ground, so I'm just kind of looking at them to see what I want to do in terms of spacing, and then this will become a raspberry bed for the next few years. It's just opposite the strawberries, so the first section of the annual vegetable garden will in fact be fruits. Walking down the vegetable garden is becoming increasingly difficult. This is a lesson to learn for another year. Greek gigantes beans are gigantic, and these are big old plants, and I'm holding this camera at face height, so as you can see I have to duck down. But my reason for coming through just now is that these are the Borlotti beans. Those are the ones that fell down, and we just propped them up on a couple of pallets there. But you can see the leaves are yellowing, and it is very definitely time to be picking these beans. So I've come out here with a jumbo bucket. It's really enormous, and hopefully I won't fill this too many times. Well, yeah, no, actually I hope I do fill this several times. It's rather nice here in the shade of these tall beans. So I'm going to fill the first bucket and take this into the house. I'm probably going to fill the bucket twice today, if there's that many, and then this evening Mr. J and I can sit and chat while we pop the beans out of the pods. 30 minutes in the Borlotti bean patch, and I filled the first 5-gallon container, and that's English gallons, so I guess if you're in America that's going to be more like an 8-gallon container, and if you work on the metric system that's a 23-litre bucket. The house martins arrived in late spring and have been nesting under the eaves of our house. Well, I think they know that the days are getting shorter and that it's almost time that they flew south to a warmer climate for the winter. And today they were swooping around overhead, and then loads of their friends appeared. I don't know where they came from, and they all settled on the roof of the house. It's almost like they were sunbathing. I've never seen them do this before. I spent ages watching them. They just get settled and completely happy and quiet, and then all of a sudden they just take off again. I don't really want them to go. I've really enjoyed having them here. But they'll be back again. Today's harvest has included some new things. Some of the apples from our apple tree in the front orchard. And I've stored those in the barn. We were given some old and slightly cronky bread crates to store, well, whatever we wanted in, and I picked up these compressed cardboard inserts from the local farm shop that were throwing them away, but they are absolutely ideal for storing the apples on. So pop the apples in there, and the indentations keep the apples separated so we can store them without them touching each other. And I've also had quite a few pounds of tomatoes from inside the greenhouse here. And today I've picked the first of the Thessaloniki tomatoes, which are big and well, they're really tasty as well. I might have tried one. So they're coming. The tomatoes here look okay. So far we've only had a few pounds of tomatoes, but there are plenty more here, and once they're ripe I can start gathering those in and start making some tomato sauce. So the blackberries I got this morning were just over £2.5, and I've already used those to start off the next batch of wine. So in the container here there's the blackberries and some apples, and we'll have a blackberry and apple wine. And I've put 14 ounces of raspberries into the freezer and a few more chopped chives. And it looks like tomorrow is already decided for me. It's going to be courgettes and apples and Borlotti beans and more apples. Well, that's it for me today. I have a cat who wants my attention, and so wherever you are in the world and whatever you've been up to today, I hope it's been a good one, and I also hope you join me again tomorrow.